Unit 4, Lesson 3. Who were the Roman emperors? Directions. In this lesson, you will first look at the picture below and answer the questions. Then move on to the paragraphs and answer the questions with information from the paragraphs. Lastly, choose two videos to watch and answer the questions that follow each of them. Once you are finished, don't forget to submit it. Examine the image above, then fill out the chart with what you see, think, and wonder. Directions. As you read the following about Roman emperors, answer the questions that accompany each section. In today's media and history books, we see Roman emperors as almost godlike, do no wrong, and substantial figureheads to all of Western civilization. Although these Roman emperors were indeed powerful, they were still human, although some emperors did think of themselves as godlike. Through this reading, we are going to explore the role of Roman emperors in Roman society and look at some of the more notable emperors that are still popular today. We left off in Unit 4, Lesson 2 Ed Puzzle video talking about the rise to power of Julius Caesar and then his nephew Augustus Caesar. The video went a little bit into what the role of the emperor was, but not entirely. The role of the Roman emperor was not only to rule Rome politically, but also socially and religiously. Political power. Politically, the Roman emperor had absolute power over the Roman Empire. The first Roman emperor was Augustus Caesar, who ruled from 27 BCE to 14 CE. His powers were slightly limited compared to the emperors that followed him. Under Augustus, there was still a Senate. The Senate of ancient Rome has some similarities to the US Senate today, such as citizens voting in elections for someone that represents their district. Those people elected into office would be known as senators. Senators can make laws and declare war, just like the US's senators. Just like the US president, Emperor Augustus Caesar could veto down laws he thought were unfit. But from there, the similarities between the US Senate and the Roman Senate stopped. The Roman Senate was made up of wealthy landowning men, and only wealthy men could vote for senators. Women, non citizens, and enslaved people had no voice in the matter. There was a branch of the Roman government where non wealthy people could have a say in politics. This branch was called the Council of Plebes. Before reading on, what do you think the Council of Plebes did? The Council of Plebes were politicians that were not wealthy and voted into office by non wealthy citizens. They were able to propose and pass laws, have a say on going to war, and conduct foreign relations. Most of the time, the Council of Plebes focused their political power onto local matters, not so much national matters. After the death of Augustus Caesar, the role of the Roman emperor changed. Emperors became the sole power in the empire. The Senate still existed, and they could still pass laws, but they served more as advisors to the emperor. The Senate could also declare an emperor enemy of the state if the emperor got too power crazy, but they could not actually remove him from power. The emperor could strike down any law the Senate made, no questions asked. The emperor could also declare war without anyone else's approval, had full control of the army, full control of the government's money, and oversaw any major public building projects. The emperor was a busy dude, but he also had dozens, if not hundreds, of advisors and local government officials that helped run the empire. Religiously, Roman emperors were the main figurehead of Roman religion, only seconded to the gods themselves. A Roman emperor had to worship the Roman gods. This will this will prove to be a problem once Christianity emerges, and we'll get to the rest or the rise of Christianity next week. Everyone in the Roman Empire had to believe in the Roman gods, or at least pretend to be. All Roman emperors and their families were forced into something called the Roman imperial cult. This cult was the most widespread religious cult in the Roman Empire, and a lot of the elite politicians used the cult as a way to gain political power. Anyone who went against the imperial cult was seen as an enemy of the empire. The imperial cult could also grant members of the emperor's family a divine status, meaning that they could make them gods. The emperor conducted any major religious ceremony on important Roman holidays. He was considered the head priest of all of the Roman Empire. For example, the emperor oversaw a festival called the Secular Games, which took place in early summer. According to the picture below, what do you think happened in the Secular Games? Roman emperors. Okay, let's dig in a little further into some of the most famous Roman emperors. Below, I have linked 4 videos about famous Roman emperors. Choose 2 of the videos to watch and answer the questions that follow. So your options are Nero, Caligula, Ves- Vespas, it's Vespian, but it's spelt weird, and Valerian. All right, that's all. See ya.